to the top floor, but we started from the gutter. Starting like no one stunner. She curving back.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Kansas City Chiefs. Starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. His first carry. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Young. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
2nd and 11 now. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And incomplete. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
On third down, Young. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Carr. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there for the Raiders. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 26-yard line.
To throw his car. He'll get this off to Taylor. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December.
Yeah,
we're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now it's Hines. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Hines. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Escaping the pressure right. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 10. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They'll run on first down. Dunlap. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Carr. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
So, Charles, a nice throw there by a man who, until this week, was the backup here, elevated to get the start due to injury. How different do you think this offense will be?
Well, the hope is not much, but obviously it's hard to say until you get out there and see how your guys respond. Unfortunately, this might just be a 1 or 2 week absence. But I do think that this unit has faith in him. They believe that he can play well, and they're going to band together to give him every opportunity.
On first down, Dunlap. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Mahomes flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. He's got him in, complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play, 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those, but 3rd down coming up. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Young. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. Butker's kick here is good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles, 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But their intensity doesn't waver. I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be bumpy for you.
On 2nd down now, Dunlap, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Hines. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him, and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Young. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr, as the first half is winding down, and the Raiders would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It's a gain of 6, and that will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
They'll run on first down. Dunlap. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's taken down inside the 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Carr completes it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
On second down, Dunlap. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Rolling to his right. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. is going to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now here's Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Mahomes. Finds Hines again for the completion. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 60 yards on the ground for him so far. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. On play action, now Carr. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, it's Carr. Completes this out left to Ruggs. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
On second down now, it's Hines, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way. So it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Dunlap. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
I got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On play action, it's Carr. He's got it to Matthews, complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will get the lead up to 14.
So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Mahomes to throw it.
Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other